Hello, everyone. So today I'm going to talk about, sorry, and you are the listeners, but we are in this together. I realize, due to something lacking in this world, that there has been an increase, or maybe the media is widespread, so we can hear the news and know how much people, children are made to suffer. Women, men, elderly, our youth, misguided, uh, ending up corrupting themselves in a corruption full society. So I felt that I needed to do something, say something today. Maybe this talk would bring some understanding and thus free us from our egocentric driven crimes and conflicts. Religiously, we have failed. Only a few have passed to hold themselves back from this fire. This thing of making others suffer for one's own interest, pleasure, or distorted pleasures. I mean, there's one simple thing. Um, we need to see, even as there is pure awareness, and then there are people who are doing their best trying to uh, not trample on other people's rights. So not all have crossed that red light of corruption and making other people suffer so much. So now, by the grace of God, I proceed. Grace is very necessary, and the blessing of God is necessary, and realizing the glory of God. And then if it all falls apart for us, at least we have this consolation that we didn't hurt anyone, we didn't damage anyone's house, uh, not intentionally, not calculatively. So all these people messing other people up, I guess we have never learned, never thought that we are one, that there's one God above us, and that we will be on the justice thing in the hereafter. There will be a day of judgment. And like Imam Ali alayhi salam, when he was warning his enemies, the enemies of humanity, and thus the enemies of God, he said, have pity on yourselves. I don't want to quote him. I don't have his word-to-word quote, but what I got from there is that from Najul Balagha is that man is very ungrateful, stupid, and not an intelligent creature. Although he's amassing wealth and thinking that he's very intelligent world-wise, but he's not intelligent in the overall sense. Do you know where you come from? What's your origin? Um, okay, so you would say that so many, now it's this life and only this life counts. So you see, you're only seeing what is here in the material sense. And yes, what would spirituality do to you? Well, if it's a reality, then you don't know. You don't know science fully. You have not mastered all the subjects, like philosophy. Go to college first and do different subjects. Educate yourself. If you think you are extremely intelligent, but you can't. You can't master every subject. Keep going to do your bachelor's degree. You're not an all-rounder. None of us are. So why have I done this today? Why does it hurt me? Why do I care that there are children suffering out there, women, men, humanity is suffering, earth is suffering? Because I feel that I have a responsibility, because I live here and it's not for free. If I have been given a life, someone else has been given a life. I'm not the only one living here, so I must cooperate if I need to succeed in life. So being an ambitious person also, I have to take responsibility and being conscientious about my environment and having this sense of mutual interest. But if I'm a crook and I have a group of crooks with me, then we can do a lot together, destroying lives. And if I'm powerful and have lots of wealth, and wealth is power, and another thing is power. Power, when you know that you're a spoiled brat and you can get things done, wrong things done, hurting others with your power, and you can get away from justice being done, and you can put another man to get hanged. So this is just an example of what Ziaul Haq did to Zulfikar Ali Bhutto Shaheed. And then you can get your therapist and destiny favors you. And what am I to do, O God? This is the supplication of Kumail. Destiny favored my enemies, and I was rendered helpless. But despairing never, for hope is with me. And let us all take our hopes to God. Those who are intelligent in God, the divine creator, the only one who created without thinking. He said, be, and it is. Wow, that is so amazing. This is the glory of God. And reminding may help some people to come to their senses. This is all from the Quran, ayats. So now, this glory of God, I've taken you beyond pure awareness through the help of the Quran verses. Our minds cannot go. What is this? even awareness. So what is it? Cannot go there. And so in my previous video, I said that why do people need to go mad if one has to be morally correct? And what is it in a person that goes mad when they are told to do the right thing, and when they have to discipline themselves, the ego resists and keeps resisting. So people are trying to discipline their egos. This ego is a terrible thing. So we're told that from nafs amara, the fiery nerve, nafs, it's not a nerve. You could call it a vein, the fiery chakra. No, why did God give us this fiery nature to tame? God can do everything, but He has left humans to their own will, choices. Well, then He must have a bigger plan for those who tame their nafse amara, their fiery nature. In this world, you can see there is no real justice for the righteous, the pious, the moral. Probably we would all go crazy disciplining this very fiery nature. Perhaps we are dealing with some insanity. Oh yes, J. Krishnamurti said that we are divided in ourselves. The thought is, you see, he has put it in a very good thing. You see, there's a conflict in us. The conflict is what is and what is to become. So there is this distance, and thus the conflict arises. What is not what we think is, or what we are conditioned to think is, but what actually is this pure awareness without the I. So he says we don't need to become something, become better, or discipline ourselves in the sense that we have become something that we don't like due to our conditioning or habitual practices, doings. So we need to unbecome and just be. So this is the nearest we can get if we understand the kun fayakun, be and it is of God, mentioned in the Quran. I know for sure mentioned in Surah Yasin. When God intends a thing, He says to it, be and it is. But J. Krishnamurti says it's very dangerous to take the name of God. God's name has been taken wrongly, exploited and all that. we will not do this kind of a thing. So many have said, wise people, to know yourself is to know God. But we will not even go there. This is just to attract those religious people who have gone wrong. I mean, innocently, some of them, but I can't say about those exploiting everything, exploiting the world, exploiting God, exploiting religion, exploiting spirituality. So those who want to learn will listen to this. And we want a conflict-free world in humanity. So taking a human being, what J. Krishnamurti and what I learned from his reading his books was that someone told him that he was crazy, and so he told us what is madness. Something that is divided, that is not whole. What we would call is holy, or in Arabic, Qudus, holy. Ruh al-Qudus, the Holy Spirit. So then we come to, is the mind wholesome? We have so many thoughts. So we need to go into a place where there is silence. As thoughts take up a lot of our energy, and silence takes no energy. So we need to see this, how much energy our scattered thoughts, our different thoughts take from us. And we need to see what silence does to us. It gives back this enormous energy, and that's this mind can never solve any questions, any problems of ours. It can solve mathematic equations and scientific equations, questions, one by one, but it can't solve the psychological problems. The problems we have in relationships, in socializing, interacting with others. So we can keep on saying there's one God, but then we have all these different people, different thought patterns, fears, accumulated stuff, and we can never solve our relationship problems or difficult situations with other human beings with the mind. It's therefore we say, let us love one another. This feeling is very, very important to solve the fears of the mind. And then when we come to let us love one another, we don't know the meaning of true love. And then we get into all this trust problem in relationships. One day we say we love you, and the next day we are questioned about it. If you love me, then why can't you do this for me when you told me that you know, stuff like that. So another easy way is Muji Baba's, Jai Muji Ji. to just marinate in pure awareness and trust in this pure awareness and the silence of pure awareness, where the mind just stops, and then this pure awareness will be taking you to places and doing things for you. This is the only wholesome, holy thing. So it is a holy beingness. Hence, there are no spirit channeling through light beings, and no mind nonsense tricks. I channeled with this spirit and that spirit, or this light being or that light being. This is it. This is like the Holy Spirit, one spirit, wholesome beingness. Thank you so much. God bless.